All right, guys. Hello. How are you guys doing out there in Greece? Well, my name is Sid Saltong, and I'm the director of the Sid Saltong Academy based in Nottingham, England. And yes, we're under lockdown here, and of course, I need to keep motivated, I need to keep inspired, and I need to almost feed my addiction for cutting hair. So tonight I'm going to be doing a free live video tutorial on my amazing model. His name is Adam, and he's really cool. It's the first time I'm cutting his hair, and I'm going to be really showcasing kind of like a really cool haircut. So something a bit more popular here in England. And I have my lovely camera person. Her name is Jennifer, and she's going to be able to help almost ask any questions you might have. Now, the only thing is, unfortunately, we both don't speak Greek. So, if you can, try and type the questions in English, and I'll do my best to help answer any of your questions, okay? So, with this haircut, for dealing with the amount of time, I had pre-cut the top. Now, I worked, this is just a basic shape. So, I worked with sections going this way. All right, so almost like pivoting sections. Now, what I first did was I took a section across the head and kept the hair down at a 0 degree, and I just cut the overall outline, or his fringe area. Then I worked with sections, layering, working a round shape, working pivoting. Now, the reason why I worked with pivoting sections is because Adam here, just like me, yeah, we're actually Polish, all right? So we have an Eastern European head shape. So what that means is, yes, haha, it gets really wide here in the parietal ridge. So whenever you have a model or a client that has a humongous head, you know, and I want to control that shape, I work with pivoting sections so it helps flatten that down, okay? That's the reason why. So then I blow dried. I actually used Rusal surf spray all throughout the hair and top, and I blow dried with the vent brush. Then I'm now going to be doing the clipper work. Now let me take you through my journey working with the clippers. At the end of the clipper haircut, I'm then going to go back into the top. I'm going to do a bit more interesting fringe and giving this a little more texture here. So when he styles his hair, all right, he doesn't have to use too much product because the style would be within the haircut itself. All right, so. Cool, Jen. Is any, you know my famous question, is anybody watching yet?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, please let me know your names. Give a big shout out, and I will shout out your name and let everyone know that you're watching. So please, guys, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm here to help. I'm here to help anyone. Okay, so that's the key thing. My background, I've been in the industry for next year. All right, in 2021, I will be 32 years in this industry of the hair industry. I've been teaching will be for 22 years. So my background is I'm actually ex-Vidal Sassoon. I used to be an educator for them. I used to work for them at their London Advanced Academy. And I've worked in the Los Angeles Academy. I do fashion weeks, London, New York, and LA, and also Paris. So I love doing hair, but the key thing is my true passion is teaching. I love teaching, especially beginners. Yes, because it helps keep me grounded. All right, it reminds me what how I started and where I'm at. So I'm going to first start this haircut. All right, I'm actually going to be starting my fade. I'm actually going to be using my Andis Coreless Master clippers, and I'm going to be using first the number 2 attachment comb. Now, just to let you know, the number 2 means 2 weeks of growth. Yes, that's what these numbers mean. So that would be cutting the hair down to a 6 millimeter of length. Okay, so if you use the number 4 attachment comb, it will be 4 weeks of growth. A number 3, 3 weeks of growth. All right, so the way I'm going to start this, I'm going to take this high. And what I'm going to do, so if you see the motion that I'm doing, Okay, I have a tendency to just put my finger here. And so what I'm doing is I'm using my arm movement and I'm going straight up with this. Straight up. Then I could go a bit of a diagonal. And I'm stretching out the fade. You see he's going to have a little bit of a weight line here. That's okay. I will then go back into with my blending techniques. Okay. Then I'm now going to be using a 0. So I'm going to use a closed blade. I'm just going to be careful of the mask. And we're taking this up a little bit higher here. So we're going to take off a lot of hair today. He's in desperate need of a haircut. But yeah, so to me, once again, doing the fading work is essential for being a barber. So if there's any hairdressers there, okay, definitely learning about clipper work is so important. So I am taking this quite high. The reason why is I really want a very strong high fade, and which then I'm going to be using my trimmers, and also I'm going to be using my foil shavers. Now, what we can do here, all right, so sometimes we can actually arch, okay, working with the strong hairline here. So what I'm actually going to first do, okay, now I'm actually going to switch to a different tool at this point. Just one moment. What I like to do, so this is all going to be nice and sharp down here. Oh, plenty of light, Jen. Perfect.
You see.
So I'm actually going to do, now I'm actually using my new Andis GTX blade from the Slimline Pro, which is a wider blade. Now what I'm doing is just arching that now. And push this off to the side. I'm using the corner of the eyebrow as a bit of a guide. I will be working with the blend afterwards. So a lot of times I like to work with my outline here. Sometimes I would have done that first. Now I could do an open blade, so I'm opening my lever. Now I know I have a weight line here, that's fine. I'm not worried about that. I'm also using the corners of my blade because he's got a bit of a bumpy head. It seems like his girlfriend knocks him in the back with the baseball bat. That's why my head is so bumpy. So do you have any questions yet, Jen? Anything I need to know?
No.
No? Okay.
No questions.
No
Just
questions?
have some people saying hello.
All right. I don't know how you say hello. Wait, how do you say hello in Greek? Hello. I know. What word do I know in Greek? Ouzo. Yeah, that's what I know. Ouzo, which is like a Greek drink. All right, so now I'm going to go back to my trimmers here. So I need to take these off first. So yeah, I put my finger here. You see the way they're designed. It's got a little curve. So I'm able to go almost like a stroking method. Or flicking on. And go up this one.
Lemon Poppy Seed saying hello, Sid. You are great.
Oh, hello, buddy. You're right. It's great to be back here. So I had to go back. So me and Jen are going to go visit you in Athens, Greece. Because we also have to see you guys. And also we have to go to Color Skateboard Shop across the street from you. So, and then plus we need to have plenty of Greek food. Especially if it's vegan.
Nikos saying hello.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Alexandros saying hi, Sid.
Okay, so now I'm working with these, all right? Now what I want to do is I want to bold him out. So these ones, they're brilliant. They just came out from Andis. And I'm going to just really give, I go up. And then I go down. I go up and down. Like, it's kind of like a paintbrush. Yeah, so Jen said that I look like a French painter today. And that's what you're doing with your Andis foils, is that you're doing that type of motion, okay? So by doing almost like a painting motion, all right, you'll see your fade will come out very nice. I will go back to that area here. There's a little bit of weight that I want to get rid of. Yeah, that's going to be smooth. His girlfriend's going to love him now. No more baseball bat. Okay. So yeah, so this is to me, I think especially when working with the fading, okay? You can see I have a bit of a weight line here. That's fine. Because then we're going to be talking about the different type of blending techniques that we use as a barber. So there's actually 7 different blending techniques that we use. And so hopefully we're going to be talking about each one. Now here, I'm actually using my Andis fades. All right. The reason why I'm using these, if you see here, okay, let's get a little bit of a close-up. It's got a very flat blade, okay? Now the purpose of this, all right, especially when working with the fade, I'm going to be going in, working with the corners. Okay. So the reason why I'm working with the corners is that if I use the full blade, what will happen is I'm going like it's going to create like a hexagon, meaning the head shape's round, and what happens is since the head shape's round, if I keep on going with a square shape going this way, it's just going to keep on creating line after line. So right now I want to work with the color. And now, I want to work with a bit of, now this is one way to blend. Working with a little clipper of a comb. Now there's a difference. Now, if I wanted to, you see this way versus this way. Now since I'm refining the haircut, meaning I'm taking a small amount off, I want to do a fanning motion. Now if I want to take a large amount of bulk off and flatten it down, I will then go across the comb. And the key thing is making sure that we're using the bottom part of our cutting blade when we're doing the haircut. If we use the top part, we're gonna make mistakes. Okay. I do apologize, I don't have a mirror here, so I can't really see what's going on. Okay, so it's all about that refining it, attention to detail. So then, now what you can also do, we're going to continue talking about certain type of the actual blending techniques. I'm now going to go working with the scissor and combing. And you can also do is also break into by doing point cutting into your fade. Yeah, and you're working with the color. Okay. Yeah, you'll see that afterwards I will be doing a bit of point cutting. Like that. Okay, so like we're really going into the different type of blending techniques. So of course we have clipper of a comb, we have clipper guards or attachment combs, we have scissor of a combing, we also have freehand, which is point cutting, for example, and we also have as well, we also have the blending scissors. Okay, so there's quite a few different ways to do it. There we go. Nice and smooth, yeah? How's that looking, guys? Okay? Good? Cool. All right, then. So what I'm now going to do, I'm going to crack on to the other side. All right, so I'm going to be doing the same thing. Yeah, we're good. Cool. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my number 2 attachment comb on. Whoop. If I can find it. Oh god, I lost it.
It's
Sorry everyone, apologize. Oh please. Sorry about that. I'm a bit of an idiot. I don't know if anyone realizes it, so I'm a bit of an idiot, so but you know, I'm a good person deep down inside, I think. So go. And Jen is quiet now. She's not saying a word. Cool. So, anything I need to know, Jen? Anyone say anything?
no one asking questions.
Is anyone still watching?
Yeah, people watching. Just no questions.
Yeah.
Can you turn your model to the right a little bit?
Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Now what's good about doing one side and the other is that what happens is like then I can match you up in the mirror And also, I remember the sequence.
Sid.
What's that? Okay, so I can also... Yeah, but it's great to be able to get a chance to cut hair. You know, we've been doing free live video tutorials on our Instagram page, which is Sid, S-I-D, Sottung, S-O-T-T-U-N-G Academy. And we're also doing it on our Facebook page, which is the same name. So please, guys, come and check us out. We're doing them quite regularly. Okay.
I have a question.
Oh, perfect.
We learned from you. Where did you learn from?
So to be honest with you, I started off in New York, where I'm from, and you know I learned like the old Italian way. So I worked in a barbershop that was wasn't a cool place, but it was just like I learned a lot of the old school way of doing it. And what happened was for me, it was that's where I learned the classic techniques, wet shaving, and then what happened was basic barbering, and then what happened was I then I worked at a company called Vidal Sassoon, where I did both men and women's hair, and that's where I really learned about high standards of quality. And that's where I really learned a lot about cutting hair. And then, of course, what I like to do is I like to mix classic barbering or traditional barbering into modern type of haircutting techniques, and that's why I kind of mash it all together. For me, it's like really, it's what I love to do. I find doing men's hair so much easier, or a lot more fun. I really push myself being creative. So it's just, just having a bit more fun with it. So I got some weight there, I know. Gonna go back in, hit the corners. Just using my lever.
Lindy's saying hi.
Who is?
Lindy.
Hey Lindy, you alright?
And she said, "You're so talented. Can you tell me about your favorite tools and recommendations?"
Yeah, oh thank you Lindy. So, I'd have to say at the moment, what I really love using, of course, are my Andis cordless, masters. The reason why is, what I love about these is that it's like, because I'm American and I'm old, and basically I love, what they remind me of is when I first started doing hair. So my first pair of clippers was an Andis Master corded, and for me it was just like, oh, it's just wonderful using these when they came out being corded. What I love about them is they still have that noise that makes when you cut hair. It's that little tinging noise. And then what I love about this is it's got the really strong adjustable blade. So, and I love the weight of them. They're heavier, and that's why I prefer a heavier clipper myself. That's at the moment, that's what I'm really loving at the moment. Me personally as well, of course, I love using my Mitsuzani scissors. So these are my new ones. They're 5-inch, which I use for like more texturizing looks. Then I'm really into using my Rosal. So I'm gonna be using some cool products today. So, but yeah, it's for me, it's about, I think the key thing is just knowing, oops, really just knowing what, like when we are cutting hair, Yeah, there we go. I'm just bothering me a little weight. You know, what I just love using, I love using my Andis Masters, which is great, because I use it with magnetic blades. So since I'm a bit of an idiot, I'll be the first one to admit it, and I think a lot of people are going to agree with me, especially Jen. What I love about it is just that they won't pop off, because it's kind of like, watch, you want to see a magic trick?
That's it.
Are you ready? Yeah? Woo! It's like magic. They're a double magnet, and they just snap right on. So I feel like a magician. So a funny story though. I got a funny story though for you. I remember when I was doing that in class, I went like this, and I did that, and the student actually thought that I was so good and so experienced, I was able to chuck a clipper attachment wire onto my clipper like that. So, yeah, so of course I played it off. I said, yes, I'm not good, you know. I'm probably one of the worst barbers in the world because I'm such an idiot. But the one thing I would have to say is that as an educator, I will always try my best for my students, you know, and that's one of the key things, you know. And we're at my academy, and also the courses we do at Lemon Poppy Seed, all right, which hopefully next year I'll be able to go there and do some courses. And you'll see myself, you know, doing step-by-step, you know, live demonstrations, and also hands-on. And I'll be launching my latest collection when I'm there. So we have a lot of good things happening, you know. And then of course as well, you know, we're launching a book next year. It was a bit of with everything going on. We're launching a step-by-step book, which would be like 300 pages. It's going to be, I would have to say, definitely the world's best barbering book.
Connor Calder is saying, yes, Sid.
Hello, mate. So that's going to be coming out next year. It's our barbering book, which I'm really excited about. It's going to have wet shave and beard designing. It's going to have all our lectures, so this is great for anyone starting off teaching or the college students, and also it's going to be quite user friendly in different parts of the world. And yeah, so it'll be quite cool. So that'll be coming out next year. So hopefully. So now I'm just chipping into this dark patch here because he's got a little bumpy head. Like I said, his girlfriend's been bashing him over the head with the baseball bat.
Lemon Poppy Seed saying, we anticipate to have you here in Athens again, Sid.
Oh, perfect.
Hopefully after lockdown madness.
Yeah, no, it's I've been missing I need my Lemon Poppy Seed fix. That's why Jen, me and you will go there. Yeah, we'll go to Lemon Poppy Seed. We'll teach some classes. Then we go shopping for skateboards. Yeah.
They said they'll be happy to take you to the shop.
Wicked. And then we have to get food. All right. Now Nikos, I'm vegan now, so I can't eat meat. All right. So we have to get some really good food that's for vegans. Okay. So hopefully, you know, you'll take me and we'll get some good food. You can bring your son and your lovely wife. I don't know if I could go on your scooter again. I was a bit scared.
I'll drive a scooter, Sid.
Huh?
I'll drive a scooter.
Oh, okay. So Jen will drive the scooter. I'll be the passenger. Hanging on for dear life. Mm-hmm. Once again, guys, so remember, when using the foils, it's almost like a painting motion. Be very flexible. So you go up and you go down. All right? Really want to get, you know, working on that line. Okay, so I still got a little bit of a dip there, so I'm going to use my Andis Fade. I'm going to be just chipping into that fade there. And what's good about this is because it's so flat, the blade. Now, once again, don't use it like a normal clipper where you're scooping or C motion. You don't want to do that because you're going to hurt the guy. So what I'm not saying that intentionally, but what we need to do is really making sure that we're just breaking into it, keeping the blade flat. Then, once again, we're working with different type of texturizing. Oh, sorry, I apologize. Different blending techniques. So you see, then there's going to be that little bit of right there. So what I'm going to do now, there we go. There we go, just working with a bit more. There we go. Whoa. He's gonna look like a sexy beast, I swear. Mate, your girlfriend's gonna just jump your bones tonight. Cool, and once again, so just what I'm doing is I'm just going through the same rotation of things that I was doing before. So using the blending scissors just to work on that color. It's not so much, I'm not thinning out the hair, I'm just working with the color, okay? That's the key thing. You know, fading is shading. Once again, I don't have a mirror in front of me, all right? Unfortunately, I haven't had time to get the mirror. So what I'm doing is just working with the point cutting, so the blades are going in flat. Just rounding that off here, just to really flatten that down. So by taking sections this way, there we go. All right, who's your daddy? Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I've had coffee. I have had a lovely mocha with oat milk, and it was beautiful.
And too many cookies.
Yeah, so we had too many vegan cookies. So. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. I'm sorry, I apologize, on the back. So, same thing. So, what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to just, if we could turn this way for a sec. Thank you, sir. Cool. So once again, sorry, I apologize. Let me just take this off. It's a bit warm. Yeah, I know, right?
Here he is.
And now, is it warm in Greece right now? Okay, so I'm just matching it up. Okay, he's got some cool tattoos. Got a bit of a bump right there, but it's okay. I do a lot of freehand cutting just because I'm a bit old school. And so that means that like I kind of like, when I'm doing it, I'm kind of like adjusting, like, so I go up and out and I hover, and that's how I'm able to cut the hair. Now this is now, oh actually, let's try these. Aha, let me show you these bad boys for some of you in Greece. This actually has something called a fat blade, you see, so it's a much larger blade. And the purpose of this, oh, you can hear that hair being cut. So this is about a 4.5 millimeter on here. What's good is as barbers and hairdressers, we need to use our senses. All right, we need to use our senses so when we're cutting hair, we can hear the hair being cut. Because he's got that little dip right there, so I'm just working. Kind of just really be careful of the way I'm working because of his dip. He's Eastern European nationality, alright, so he's Polish. That means they have very bumpy heads, like myself. Okay, so we have to work on that here. Work with the color, okay? Now, a lot of times, what you can do as well is by working, okay, now for some of you, even they use different type of clippers. You can use a 0.5 guard, which is a lot of times, which is like a half guard. Usually it's a 1.5 guard. So what I need to do is I'm slowly getting rid of that. And sometimes with fading, we need every guard possible or any type of length we could get it at. Now I'm going to start using the corners. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to erase it by going back and forth. Instead of going this way, I go crisscross. Alright, so it's almost like an eraser from a pen. Then you see I'll use the trimmers and then the foils. How are we doing, Jen? Anything you need to know?
No questions.
You're very quiet.
They're scared of you, Sid.
They're scared of me. No,
Yeah.
don't be scared. Is anyone watching?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
About 30 people watching.
Oh, cool. So now I'm just using the corners. I'm going to stretch to work on that. Because he's got a dip, cool. And now I'm going to use my trimmers, which is my Andis GTX blade. Yeah, because he's got a big head, I need to use a wide blade. Just no. I'm only joking, Adam. Don't beat me up, please. Adam is like a Bruce Lee of martial arts in Poland, and he's gonna kick my ass if I make fun of him too much. So
Anyone can kick your ass, Sid.
that is true.
Even I can.
Yes. So Jen, my special friend, kicks my ass. She actually hit me today with the Andis Master. That's why I have to wear a mask to cover the bruises. Now, I think a key thing is, guys, once again, when you're working with the trimmers, all right, once again, you see how we put the, sorry, I talk like Miss Piggy right now with my nose. The key thing is, use your finger here where it's curved, and my thumb, which is the steering wheel, and you're coming up that way, okay? Almost like if you're shaking a bottle, okay? So just try and really, I think that's the key important factor. what I'm trying to do, try to really smooth everything out. And especially, once again, the key thing is trying to stand different. The lighting in here, even though we have studio light, could be a little bit tricky. So I need to make sure I'm constantly going over the fade. I need to look at this like a three-dimensional object. So I'm going in like, every time I move over here, I'm like, oh no, I see something I don't like. So I'm constantly going over it. Another thing is, you see how I'm dancing? All right. So I'm using my lower part of my body to maneuver. I'm trying to dance here by swiveling. I'm not stepping. All right. I'm just using my lower part of my body to tilt, so that will help with the smoothness of my fade.
I have a really good question. Well, not me. Zena has a question for you.
Zena.
She's saying, it's my first time watching you. I have to ask, why are you doing it in 3 sections and not all at once?
Well, the reason why is, it's a great question, Zena. Now, a lot of times what happens is, especially I do it for a couple different reasons. Okay, so the first reason that I do is that, one, I'm doing a demonstration. Okay, so I'm an educator. That's all I do. That's all I teach. So my main purpose is to make sure I deliver to the students the knowledge, and hopefully they remember everything. So when I do the first side, okay, so I do it in stages, boom, 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 I complete. Then when I do the demonstration, I do the second side, and I repeat that sequence. So far the students have seen it done twice. And then when I do the back, the same sequence, then the students see it 3 times in a row. That means they're going to hopefully have a better chance of remembering it. Now, the other reason why I do it this way is because what happened was, when I'm teaching sometimes beginners or anything like that, all right, sometimes when they do all the way around, they find it very hard to balance everything. So when I do this side, then I'm able to match it up in the back. That's the reason why. Okay. At the end of the day, Zena, my way is not the only way of doing things. For me, this is just what works well for me. So I'm able to work with a way that's very, it's just very friendly for me. A nice, easy way or concept that I can do that works well for me. So that's the reason why, Zena, okay? At the end of the day, I've done many different ways of cutting hair. You know, I've done putting an actual baseline in, working way around. I used to work from side to side, work around. I think sometimes as well, when I try different things or try a different way, this way works well for myself. So now I'm just going to work with the fade blade. Now I'm just going to blend in this area here. But to be honest with you, I changed, because as I'm getting old, I'm kind of like, I'm really exploring different ways. So I try different concepts or different ways, just for the sake of trying. Because at the end of the day, guys, if we are cutting hair every day, we're doing 10 clients a day at minimum. Do you want to do the same haircut in every guy? No, that's going to be boring. When you start the exact same way. You know, so what we need to do is step outside our comfort zones in order to develop ourselves, to explore creativity, to challenge ourselves. Because if we don't challenge ourselves, we're then going to wonder why 10 years later we're still in the same position. And why we're so unhappy. So try different things. See what happens. Why not? What do you got to lose? What do you got to lose? It's just hair. Hair grows back. Like mine. Alright? But the thing is, what do you got to lose? Step outside your comfort zone. Feel that pain in your body. Right? You know when we step outside our comfort zone and we get uncomfortable? You know, our stomach is like feeling weird. I call that growing pains. That's how we develop ourselves. Right? By trying different things. Try different haircuts. Try different cutting techniques. What do you got to lose? It's just hair. It's not like we're finding the cure for cancer, or we're saving a small starvation of a village and trying to save them. No. All we're trying to do is trying to get this guy laid. That's all we're trying to do, all right? And that's the thing. So, but as barbers and hairdressers, we're artists. Artists work with their mind, their hands, and their heart, all right? And that's why we need to develop different ways of cutting hair to try different things. What do we got to lose, you know? And that's about having fun.
Mixels is asking, is there any difference in clipper over comb and scissor over comb on the result?
Yes. So what will happen is, okay. So when I do, scissor over combing, it will give a bit more. I like to call it a bit more like a softer result. Okay. Now, that's what will happen. It tends to give more like a softer result. While when I do clipper over combing, especially if I want something really kind of a very strong look, very harsh, you know, very, very perfect, then so I'll do clipper over comb, especially to remove bulk very quickly and for refining. But then I do scissor over combing at the very end just for polishing it off, just give more of like a natural effect, especially for a clipper haircut. So that's when, those are when and why I do it. So here, when I do scissor over combing.
Anton is saying hello, Sid and Jen.
Hello, Anton, my little sausage. How is my little sausage doing? I've missed my little Anton. Anton, for anyone joining us or watching, Anton is my personal assistant. He's actually a brilliant barber. I mean, I've groomed him, or I've developed him. Sorry, this probably sounds a bit weird. I've developed him since I think when he was about 16. He's been working with me at my academy, and he's probably like the rock of the academy. He's an amazing, amazing assistant or apprentice, and also going to be an amazing barber, and hopefully one day he'll be an amazing educator. So definitely check him out. He's amazing. So I miss my little sausage. That's my little nickname for him. I miss him. Or sometimes I call him my little sunflower. So. But we miss him terribly, don't we, Jen?
Yeah. We'll see you soon, Anton.
Yes. Cool, guys. So, yeah. So we can see how that's going. Now, I need to use my foils. I forgot about those. Well, I didn't forget. I got distracted. So you can now see his tattoos poking out, which is cool. He's getting his head tattooed next week, so. Once again, guys, it's like, actually, Jen, would you be able to just stand right there, get an angle this way?
Yep.
So what I'm doing is more like a painting up motion. Remember, it's like you're an artist. The painting, the painting, the painting.
Painting.
Yes, painting, painting. You know what's great about this? Even my camera person is laughing at me. Okay. I miss you, Anton. Anton didn't take the piss out of me.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's right.
It's because I was paying him.
Anton.
I pay you in food then.
Anton, come here and do videos for Sid.
And sometimes what I like to do, actually sometimes I just tap, tap, tap. I might tap any lines or any areas of concern. And then what I then do is, so this is to me, this is just a basic shape. Alright, I know it sounds weird. This is just a basic shape. Because then what I then do, okay, I will then work with my scissor work here. Then I'm going to be doing my scissor work up here. Then what I then do is I go back over my fade and I do something called spot checking. So what that means is, okay, so I take a look, right, because I have fresh eyes. Because this whole time, all I've been doing is focusing on the fade, focusing on the fade. And so my eyes get a little blurry or I get a little bit tired. So then what I then do is I go do my scissor work on top because I'm not working on the fade anymore. I then go back to my fade when I'm about to finish. And I then do, like I said, it's spot checking. I do one spot at a time, and I work on that area to fix it, to polish it. See, that's more achievable for smoothing out your fades. If I told you you have to do one technique to smooth out that fade all in one go, that might be a bit tricky. But if I could work on one step at a time, that's achievable. That's like like me walking to my kitchen. If I do one step at a time, I could get there. But if I said, oh no, I have to jump over there, jump over there, jump over there, that might be very, very tricky. So, okay.
Anton is asking what styling products are you going to use? Do you know yet?
Oh, yes, I do. Oh. Now, the thing is, what's a really good question, Anton, is that I had to. The thing is, as a barber, right, during the consultation, I actually had to start planning things out, you know? So even when I'm doing the haircut, I'm already thinking, even though I'm chatting away with him about his holidays or where, you know, his wife and kids, whatever, I'm already planning in my head what styling products I want to use. Now, to make it to, if you want to work on your product sales, what I then do is before, okay, now when I see him, I could kind of tell what type of, you know, guy is he, wants matte or wants shiny. So I need to start predicting that. So what I then do is, during the consultation, I start talking to him, and then I say, oh, you know what, once I have an idea about the type of style I'm create, I'll say to him, listen, I'm going to be using this product on your hair. I'll actually show him. I might actually let him smell it. Then I'm saying, oh yeah, I'm going to be using this product to really enhance blah, blah, blah. Then what would then happen is, okay, then I put this just over here across from him. All right, so I'm going to have him looking at that. Then at the end of the haircut, I then show him how to use this product. That's when he says, oh, hey, I really like that. Oh, it looks amazing. Do you sell it? I say, yes, we have some here. Right there. So what happens is, instead of charging maybe 20 euro for a haircut, and that's all you're going to make, I could then make 20 euros for the haircut, 16 euros for the product. That means 36 euros I will make off one client instead of 20 euros. What would you rather have in your hands? Would you rather have 20 euros or 36 euros? There we go. Okay? So, and that's why it's not about being a salesperson. All I'm doing is I'm educating the client on what type of product to use. Okay? All right, so let me get into my scissor work now.
FT Miss is saying, hello guys, and thanks a lot, both you and Nikos. I'd like to ask Sid what type of blade he prefers using when fading, flat or curved.
I use both. I like to use both. So ideally, the reason why I like to use both is because they're just like different tools. I like to use both just because it really helps. So I'm just gonna work a bit freehand too. Okay, since I like using both, all right, it's just that because I think they're just like different tools. So like different parts of the job. And also when dealing with different hair textures. Those are like so important. So for me, I love using both to help answer your question. Just because it's like, I like having different tools for different type of fades. I also use my scissors just to help chip into the fade. Just have a lot of fun with it. Cool. We're getting there, guys. So we're like at the finishing stages of the haircut. I will be texturizing the top, and then I might play around with doing a really interesting hairline. We'll see what happens. Yeah. I mean, in this case here, so I'll be like right here, more blending in this area. So going in, I'm just going to be rounding that off. The reason why I'm rounding this off is because the shape of his head, okay, tends to be a little bit wider, and that's why I want to flatten that down, and that's why I'm doing a little scissor coming in this point here, rounding that off. And then you'll see, then I will be, yeah, here we go. I'm just going to have a bit of fun. I need to use my blending scissors, which are like some people call them thinning scissors. I like to call them blending scissors because I don't necessarily thin out hair with them. I just use it for blending purposes only to work with the color. Cool. Anything I need to know, Jen?
No, they're talking in Greek, and I can't read Greek.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys, we didn't learn Greek fast enough during lockdown, so I do apologize. But if Nikos is still there, if he could help us, because Nikos speaks English and Greek, so if he can help us, that'd be brilliant.
I think it's actually Nico or someone from Lemon Poppy Seed replying to someone else.
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
There we go. So right now, guys, I'm just working with a bit of point cutting on top. Working with that.
Sid, could you turn your model towards this side?
This way? Of
Yeah.
course, yeah. Here we go. I just have to blow the hair off in one, so
Yeah.
just stand everything. Yeah. Thank you. So I'm just taking the weight off, guys, then I'm going to be doing the fringe area. So making sure that I'm going vertical with my blades. So I'm just taking weight off only. Because if I go at an angle, I will then be taking off length. So we don't want to do that to him. We don't want him to look like me. That's not good. So I'm too sexy for everyone to look like me. I'm joking. I've had too much coffee. Alright. We're going in, I'm just taking the weight off. There we go. Now I'm going to do some freehand point cutting. So just so I don't keep on cutting my fingers. Going into the corner area. Ah, yes. So yeah, now the thing is I have to be quite careful because if you see, okay, another trait, especially of Polish or Eastern European, we tend to have a bit more wider from the forehead and also the density of usually the recession areas. So his recession area goes a little bit higher on this one side. So I have to be quite careful when I'm doing, working with his hairline. So I'm going to play around with that. I'm going to just see what I can do with that because I'm just about to now work with this hairline area. So, okay, so I just want to reduce this here. Take away some of that color. Like I said, guys, I will go back into my fade to make sure it's perfect. But now I'm going to go into, there we go. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to keep the blades flat against the skull or the forehead area by the frontal bone. By holding the hair down, just a bit. I'm just going to have a bit, trying to have a bit of fun here with the fringe. Gonna play around. There we go. And then he's got this bit area here. Just gonna reduce this. Now by layering this is gonna help soften it, but without feeling too bitty or too thin. Still gonna round this off here so it kind of cups the head shape. So whenever you're working with a man that is quite wide in the parotid ridge, or maybe like a thinner density of hair, always, you know, I tend to work more rounded shapes on men. moving this around, just really going back into the texture. Play around. There we go.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If you use blending scissors instead of point cutting, will you get the same result?
No, it'd be slightly different. It would be slightly different, especially if you're trying to cut length off. The thing is, you know, but you know what the best thing I would say to that is that, you know, if it does happen, you know, or you want to experiment, give it a try. Because in a few, you know, you'll be able to have your answer almost like right away. Yeah, kind of like that, but I'll keep that. So I'm kind of working over him. I'm just trying to get out the camera shot here. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna.
It's got a nice scar that goes with it as well.
What?
He's got a nice scar that goes with it.
Where's the scar?
There.
Where's it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, sorry, I didn't even see that.
Kind of works well with a haircut.
Thanks, Jen. See, guys, this is why I have the world's best camera person. She makes fun of me, but also helps me realize that when my clients have scars on their face or not, that's like right in front of me. Yeah. Thank you, Jen. There we go. So if you can see, I'm working with his density of hair. And then, let's see, let's have a bit of fun. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, guys, I'm just trying to work with his hairline. Just have a bit of fun. Try and, you know, change things up. Instead of like being everything.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit tricky because like what happened was it was just like, oh, like how do what the hell do I do? I mean, his hairline is a bit, it could be a little bit off balance, and I'm like thinking, and also the reason why, guys, I'm doing this type of look on him is because once you see, he's got a lot of tattoos, his personality, he's really cool. Just something, just to change, you know, just to go with his suitability. Okay, guys, so literally 5 more minutes, and then because I need the style, I need to play around with the type of,
I want this haircut, Sid.
No. it's only for Adam here.
I'm going to grow it and do it myself.
Okay, yeah, I know, you probably do a better job. Alright, guys, so yeah, so once again, I'm literally just the finishing touches here. And then I will then be putting some product. I'll probably go back over the fade, make sure that's perfect. I mean, I'm one of the worst persons because since I'm a bit of like a perfectionist, and usually perfectionists are usually very interesting people, and they like to spend hours upon hours of correcting any mistakes or perfecting their work. I want to make sure that this is really,
Like a little devil.
That was the whole. That's the name. The devil haircut. That's what I'm trying to achieve. I think, but also, what? Okay, now did I plan out that hairline? No, no way. I did not. Luckily, God was on my side, and but what happened was what happened, guys? It's when that's the artist part. We have to go with our feeling, and that's why it's like sometimes like when you're doing creative haircuts, it's not just about like trying to. It's not about like you have to go with your feeling. You know, like we have to go with our honest feeling.
A question from Anton saying, when your client has a hairline that recedes back, what techniques would you suggest to keep the weight? Haircut is looking great, by the way.
Oh, thank you, Anton. At least one person likes it.
No, you have someone else also, Mixels, saying, that's what we call art. Well done, Sid. Round of applause for you and Nikos for the host.
Oh, thank you. So it's a great question, Anton. What I would actually end up doing if there was that situation, I would actually, well, what I probably would do, I probably would work pivoting sections. And what I might do is actually, I would actually cut, sorry, if I go this way, I would actually cut from shorter to longer. And so we're still taking your sections pivoting, and then working from shorter to longer to keep maybe a little bit longer length in the fringe area. So what would happen is if I took sections this way and pulled back, what would happen is it would actually end up being too heavy in that area, and it would actually expose the recession area. So that's why it's better to do vertical pivoting and cutting it from shorter to longer, and then you can see how the hair is falling because it's falling around the curvature of the skull.
Which product or Ruza do you prefer to use in haircuts? I'm talking about pomades.
Okay, so you know what the thing is. So who's asking that question?
I can't read the name because it's in Greek.
Oh, it's in Greek, okay. Okay, so personally, what I like using, so if I'm doing an old school pompadour, yes, 2 in the pink, right here, baby. I love this product, right? Because it's pure grease. It smells delicious, it gets the girls going crazy, and the thing is, it lasts all day. Now, if I'm, what I do is, and I'll be using these products just in a moment, I like to use styling powder, and also, it's like, I really love the MAC products. So I like using the fiber, and of course, I like using the extra hard. So to be honest with you, all the pomades actually really serve a purpose for me. So I like to cater for each individual client, not for, I can't say I just have one product I use on everyone, because it's like working at McDonald's or working in a restaurant. You don't cook food just to suit one appetite or one taste buds. You need to be quite diverse. So, cool, all right then. So I think I'm really liking that, yeah? And let's just have a bit of fun, yeah! Okay, I'm gonna finish off with this and then putting product in. So, cool. There we go.
Jade Tate saying, Gutted I missed the beginning of this. Will it be saved to watch? Love the cut.
Only if you say please, Jade. Only if you say please. And then you give us a big smile. Did you say please and give a big smile?
Not yet.
Not yet? Oh, okay. Yeah, but just to help you, Jade, yes, it will be. Well, I hope it will be. I pray that it will be, because I'm actually enjoying this haircut. Once in a while, I do a good haircut sometimes. Once in a while. I think in my 32 years, I've only actually liked 2 of my haircuts. How many have you liked, Jen?
Of my own haircuts?
Yeah, you've done, yeah.
I like 50% of them.
Do you? I only like 2. I think, you know what it is? I think I just can't remember them.
Yes, probably.
Why can't I remember them, Jen? Why can't I remember them? It's because I'm...
Because you've got short-term memory.
Yeah. I'm just taking this a little bit more flatter here, and I'm going to hit that with my 0.5 guard.
Lady Goodfellas is saying hi and sending some emojis.
Oh, hello.
Oh, and Jade said, pretty please.
Okay.
Oh, Jade, she's the girl with the blue hair that I always see. With the best hair.
Okay, so let's put some product in, because I have to finish. This is getting late. Okay, I'll just do a tiny bit of, yeah, barbers like a bit of white powder, so woo!
Love when you put powder on and then you look on the chair next to you and everyone's covered in white powder.
One second. Oh, sorry, just getting this. There's a little bit of disconnection. Then I'm going to use a bit of the Rusel fiber. Yeah, it's going to use a small amount. I'm not going to go too crazy. You see, just a small amount. Oh, sorry. Just using a bit of hairspray. Yeah, let's get a little bit. Haha, yeah, I want to get that. Yeah, okay. I know what I'm doing, guys.
Bit of prodigy going on here.
Yeah. No, actually, you know what the influence is, Jen? Okay. Now, Jen, because I'm a lot older than you, so this is a history lesson, yeah? So, there was a girl called Susie Catwoman, from in the punk scene during the 70s, and that's the inspiration I'm going for. But if you can see, I'm kind of like trying to get this going up, so you see how it kind of goes with that? So it's kind of in line with that, and that's where it's going with his scar that you pointed out to me before. So that's, and then I'm going to have that little bit right here. I'm going to go that way. Oh, yeah. See how that works?
Okay.
There we go. The good thing about this is, just say, if he threatens to beat me up and he doesn't like this, then I can easily fix it. So I can make it look normal. So just try to make it look a bit. You know what it is, guys? I think, as I realized in my career, that, you know what, life's too short, you know, especially with hair, you know, and you might as well have a bit of fun. There we go. Yeah. So this is just like overly styled, but I mean, he could just wear it rough and ready. Haha. Oh, sorry. People are knocking into you.
Yes.
There we go. Cool. All right, guys. So let me get all the loose hairs off them. So, thank you very much for joining us tonight here at the Lemon Poppy Seed. My name is Sid Saltong, and this is my finished results. Just a bit of fun. And yeah, so I think it's...
Just Dimitris, oh, thank you for writing your name, saying, will you do live on Insta one day or a haircut, for example? But I think maybe Dimitris doesn't know that you do live on Facebook on your Sid Sottung Academy
I tend
page.
to do it on Facebook just because we tend to save them, and also they could be longer. And so I don't have to do it in like 10 minutes or 40 minutes. I could do them longer cuts. And but no, I think this is quite cool. Let's see.
Everyone's saying it's amazing.
Yeah, cool.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sid.
Thank you, guys.
A lot of emojis.
Oh, wicked. But I think that what's cool is you can really see, because he's got really cool tattoos. I mean, the whole purpose of this was to, was like, okay, now I would only do it on him because he's a creative individual. I wouldn't do this on a guy that's like, is quite conservative or anything. So the key thing is when you're matching up, you haven't found the right balance on the person's lifestyle, their hair density and texture, and like their mental state. If they're creative or they're classic, that really determines what type of haircut, Because a lot of times, I might do a lot of like classic haircuts sometimes, just because it's the models I'm using or the situation I'm in. But once I get someone that's creative, like this gentleman here, Adam, just have a bit of fun, I mean, it doesn't have to be just like, it doesn't just have to be like just a classic, boring stuff. Now this is quite overly styled with a lot of product, but that's the thing, is the product is the icing on the cake. You can easily change someone's concept of a haircut with product. And the good thing is, if the guy doesn't like it, you don't like it, I don't know, the universe, Mother Earth, God, whoever invented a wonderful product called shampoo. You shampoo the client, and then you start over again in a matter of minutes. All right, guys? So thank you very much for joining us. This is my little haircut here, so I hope he likes it. If not, you'll never see me again because you'll beat me up. All right, guys, thank you very much. I want to say a big thank you to Lemon Poppy Seed for allowing me to share my strength, my knowledge with you, and my experience. And a big thank you to Adam, my model. A big thank you to Jennifer, my camera person. All right, and also someone that inspires me with creativity with hair. And a big thank you to everyone, my sponsors such as Ruzel Pomade Company, and also Anders Clippers and Mitsuzani Scissors. So thank you very much, guys, and goodbye. I hope you guys stay safe. Make sure you wear a mask, especially properly. It stinks when you have glasses. But, please stay safe. We will get through this, and remember, stay positive. All right? All right, guys, thank you so much. God bless. Bye-bye.